Today, I'm very excited to talk to you because this is perhaps the most exciting category for most D2C founders. First of all, tell me, what are you here to teach us today?
I can tell you 1.5 hour version of mistakes which has costed us 300 crores.
Mistakes that have costed you 300 crores.
We have burnt overall 300 crores in the last 10 years or so. Now we are profitable, we are cash flow positive. So obviously the business doesn't require capital from here on, but it took us about 300 crores and 10 years to reach here. So maybe that can be the concised outcome of this podcast.
Beautiful. My question to you is, before we talk about your story, what do most people misunderstand about beauty and personal care as a category?
So first of all, beauty and personal care is an incredible category to be in, right? It's been 10 years. It's been CAGRing about 25%. For the next 10 years, it's being forecasted for about 15%. The new age brands, and we can see around ourselves, the brands which were not present maybe 5 years or 10 years back are contributing close to about 15,000 crores in terms of revenue. That 15,000 crores is going to be 50,000 crores in the next 10 years. So incrementally 35,000 crores is going to be added all by new age brands. Maybe that brand is still not born yet. So BPC is super, super exciting. It continues to deliver returns to investors. Over the last 10 years, what we have realized, and we're still humble about it, is that capital doesn't build a good BPC brand.
Yeah, capital doesn't build a good BPC brand.
Maybe capital is attracted to a good brand, but it's not the other way around. Very fundamental first approach से अगर अपन इसको सोचें तो capital कुछ काम करेगा. क्या काम करेगा? Capital would be deployed to build a manufacturing unit. So capex लगा सकते हो आप. You might deploy your capital in building infrastructure, team, etc. Or you would deploy capital in marketing. Capital के तीन ही use हैं brand business में. Capital has a limited role to play. The bigger problem becomes when you're using it only to market, which essentially means if I'm selling you a pack of lotion and I'm losing money, then I'm investing heavily on marketing. So that's where my capital is going. How will I get returns on the other two investment streams? Because मैं तो unit पे ही पैसे नहीं बना रहा. In effect, I am paying you to use my lotion after cutting all my variable cost. That's not a great business to be in. So capital might have attracted to you because you're a second time founder, great profile, great idea on paper, and you have raised capital. But then capital needs to solve 1, 2, 3, some puzzle. We believe great brands have not used capital for the third continually. They've used capital to kickstart, put in some places, and have built such great brands that over time they have never required capital. And historically, it's been 50, 70 years. Capital was always available. Today we talk about equity fundraisers, but debt पे तो पैसा हमेशा से मिलता था. Banks तो हमेशा से उधार देते हैं, right? So we believe capital doesn't solve your consumer problem because capital का role बहुत limited. Now, if you're a great business or brand, capital will get attracted to you. But if just because capital raising has happened and capital has attracted to you, that doesn't mean there will be success at the end of the corridor. So the biggest lesson we learned in our last 5 years of journey. So we were very capital efficient and we were very proud of it. We raised about 15 crores to build a 100 crore business. That's capital efficiency of 6x. तो 15 करोड़ में हमने 100 करोड़ का बिजनेस बनाया. एंड वी थॉट हमें नहीं आता, हमें कैपिटल रेज करना भी हमें नहीं आता शायद, और हमें लगता है फंडामेंटल फर्स्ट है यूनिट पे पैसे बनाने चाहिए एंड ओवर टाइम फिर टीम के केपेक्स के सबके पैसे निकल आते. बिजनेस इज बिल्ट वेरी ट्रेडिशनल वे. देन केम द मार्केट वेयर द मनी वाज सुपर हॉट एंड एवरीबडी स्टार्टेड टेलिंग अस दैट बॉस, आर यू गाइज नॉट रेजिंग मनी बिकॉज यू कांट, और आर यू गाइज नॉट रेजिंग मनी बिकॉज so you can't imagine yourself raising a 200 crore check and deploying that. And capital deployment is also a skill the founder needs to earn. And we're typically good students of the class. तो हम सुनते हैं, समझते भी हैं. This time we kind of rode on the tiger. And we said, let's raise it. And then we raised about 250 crores in about 1.5 years.
Which year was this?
This is 21, 22. And 22 was, you just say that, hey, I want to start up and you'll get a 5 million check.
Yeah.
That was the hot market we are in. So typical order which people or we followed in those treadmill days was capital, competition, channel, category, consumers. So we raised capital and then we said, oh, that guy raised 50 million, we're raising 30 million. That guy is doing so much, we are doing so much.
FOMO.
Yeah, we're very competition first. कि अरे वो ऐसा कर रहा है, but उसको भी नहीं पता वो सही कर रहा है कि नहीं, right? So we can both be screwed, right? Capital, competition, then channel. Oh, offline करना है. Everybody on the town was online will cap, offline करना चाहिए. So the offline guys, the big beauty guys are saying online करना है. Online guys are saying offline करना है. And we were literally confused, क्यों करना है offline? Online ठीक grow कर रहा है. But obviously you have raised capital, now you have to deploy, so you build channels. Then categories. Hey, body care is working well for mCaffeine. Why don't we do face care? He said, okay. So you start making Excel-driven plans, right? And fundraising is the most, is a process in which you are making promises day and night. And then you start believing all those promises are true. Maybe not, right? And then consumers. But अगर आपके पास capital ना हो, या अगर आप इस order को ही reverse कर दो, you think about consumer. What do you want to sell? Whom do you want to sell? 18 to 35 is not a consumer set. It's just a broad brushing because you don't want to answer that consumer cohort question. Your consumer is 24 to 28, a woman who's working, has 3 different lifestyles, uses 7 products a month. That's a consumer cohort, right? So what do you want to sell? Whom do you want to sell? What category do you want to sell? On which channels do you sell? Can you make cash out of the first 3 C's? Then you look at competition and then you figure out if you need capital for it. I think for those 2.5 years, our order slightly went in reverse and we burnt heavily. We burnt about 200 crores in 2 years.
200 crores in 2 years?
Yeah, almost. We were whatever we were burning.
You paid a lot of people to take a bath.
Bath, lotion, face care, and our CM2s were burning in channel. And the hero SKUs were not getting focus. Because now you have like 7 kids. Because you need to have an army to attack. And every philosophy is well justified by the founder. Effectively, अगर मुझे खुद को justify करना है कुछ उस time पे, मैं कर लूँगा ना. Because, we've raised capital, you can do in reverse, etc. But I think the fundamental first thought process is very simple. आप उस consumer को एक कैटेगरी बेच रहे हो 5 कैटेगरी. अगर आप 5 कैटेगरी बेचोगे तो बाकी 4 कैटेगरी में पैसे डालने पड़ेंगे बनाने के लिए. And that's where your CM2 gets. But आपने एक कैटेगरी जिसमें पैसे बनाए, it is double digit CM2. You're not giving due attention to that category. You're not going deep into that category. And the moment you go horizontal, I think things starts kind of crumbling because we are in a brand business. You really don't know whether in 5 years you're building a brand or you're building a sales channel. That's a big difference. Brand is when people talk about the promise you have made to the consumer by themselves, which we called organic sales, right? Effectively in a room if you're talking about a brand. But you have to talk about something. If I talk about Think School, the one word I want you guys to be associated is that if I open your pod or if I open your video, I don't have to open another book or pod. So you're well researched, you're deep. That's the brand you have built for the last 5 years. But if you have every year a new promise, just because you have raised capital, effectively you're diluted. So consumer category, then you choose the best channel. If offline doesn't make me money, should not go offline. I have to fix something, right? So cash pe gaadi ruk jati, and then you look at competition. You should learn from competition, and we are blessed. PPC has the best competition in any category. We are blessed to have a minimalist, Totten Key. Plum is a great brand. Hunasa is a stellar organization, right? We are blessed to have great competition around. Learn. But the order should be such. And hence we believe that capital is somewhere we got lost. Now we are back on track. For about 18 months now straight, we are profitable. We are the only company now which is cash flow positive and have the power to deliver dividends in a high growth business. Very few startups talk about dividends. We believe cash accumulate hona chahiye. Think like a bootstrap founder, execute like a growth stage founder is what we believe.
So you are telling me that if you raise money just for the sake of it, Instead of thinking consumer channel competition capital, you will think capital competition channel consumer. What does that mean? If I'm a bootstrap founder and I have no distraction, I will only focus on what do my consumers want, and I'll do my level best to cater to their requirement, to solve for their pain point. After that, I will think about how do I reach my consumers in the most efficient manner possible, for which I will look out for the best channel. After looking out for the best channel, I will then look at what the competition is doing in that channel, by which I can make a mark for myself and reach to my customer in the most efficient manner possible. After these three C's are solved for, then I will think about where do I get my capital and which is the best place to invest capital to get maximum returns. But the moment a founder raises money, capital becomes the first priority. I want to deploy my capital. Then comes channel. Where should I deploy my capital so that I can generate maximum revenue? Then the question is, in between, after raising capital, the question is, where is my competition spending money? If your competition is spending money on three channels, online, offline, quick commerce, e-commerce, you would also gravitate towards e-commerce, quick commerce, offline all at once. Once you do that, you have too many channels. And then you focus on your consumers and hope that you get the right TG so that your revenue explodes and the consumer somehow becomes the last priority. So if you've raised money, the moral of the story is, do not reverse your order. Go from consumer to channel to competition to capital. And if you're a bootstrap founder, identify this as a strength and retain it as you grow. Does this make sense?
100%. 100%.
If this clip gave you value, please subscribe to this channel so that we can keep bringing you game-changing business insights.